Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I'm gonna give you guys a little recap or review on a new episode of Prison School, which is on episode 6. Now, this episode right here, I gotta say, pretty intense. And speaking of a traitor or a spy in the organization to go against to go against his buddies, you know. So, if anything else, let's go. Okay, at the beginning, of course, we have to it that our girl Hana is back, you know, having a little small talk with um Mari Kurihara, along with the vice president, Meiko, whatever you want to say it. Seems like to me events are starting to show a bit. They tend to use Shingo to tip the odds in their favor, you know. So if anything else, let's go. Okay, at the beginning of the episode, we have to it that after a couple situations and moments here and there, we had Shingo end up talking to the vice president, and pretty much he is bargained to do a couple things here and there for some good meals, and apparently that is not really a good case right there. And I'm thinking in my mind, what the hell, man? Are they serious about this? That's what I was thinking, apparently. But let's just say events are not just going very well at all, you know. Until then, we have to it that things are starting to look pretty rough and tough for now, you know. Especially when Shingo's like asked to do a couple things here and there, and because we get to find out that he decides to give information about like a hooded boy, Nezu Joji, or just Joe, who cares about his aunt so much that he decides to walk him out the next day. But apparently, we have to it that the vice president asked him to do a favor when that day when he went to walk out his aunt, you know. And we have to it that the aunt ends up nearly getting the butts killed by the crows, which is set up by Mari and her crows, you know. Apparently this really upsets Joe a lot, and he tries to go rescue them, but apparently he gets upset about this and he pushes the vice president aside, and he nearly actually wants to do something stupid, that's stabbing the president right there for harming them. But apparently that was not really the case when he was thrown into solitary confinement. He was about to stab the president, forgot to get into more detail. But Kiyoshi took the blow and he had to stick up his which that's gotta hurt, man. No, it really has to hurt. Ouch. So Shingo will so Shingo, on the other hand, had to do something really pathetic, and for Joe, he on the other hand is thrown into solitary confinement, and apparently as for the crows, you know, Mari explains to Joe that the crows were anting them, something about like this and that species of something about acid, or I don't know, that kind of thing. If you guys get the cue, but it didn't look like anting to me, but they managed to survive. But apparently, in a certain case whatsoever, Kiyoshi got injured with the stick up his butt, you know, is at the nurse's room with Hana, and Hana wanted to make him pay for what he did to her. Though most of it is her fault, actually. We all know that. I mean, look back 4 episodes back and see what she did. That's her fault. But instead of making him do the peeing in a certain I don't know what you would call it and so forth, she decides to pee on him. But apparently Chiyo-chan wanted to go to the nurse's office, and Kiyoshi and Hana are hiding under the bed, and pretty much yeah, they couldn't get out here and there, which is pretty sucky, but whatever. Sucks for them. But later, as the episode continues on, we have to it that things were starting to look okay for the meantime. But when Shingo was very reluctant about doing this anymore, the vice president, Meiko, threatens him by saying, hey, don't even think about doing this and that, okay? Because otherwise, I could have just informed the other prisoners about what you've been doing, okay? And I'm thinking in my mind, yeah, Shingo, you stupid butthole, look what you did now. That kind of thing. And you know, Shingo was being a little more harsh on Kiyoshi on telling him to get him a kettle the kettle with the water in it. But Joe, on the other hand, tells him off by saying, "Why don't you get it yourself? Stop being a freaking brat for once, huh?" And therefore, Shingo's like, "What you say?" And it looks like a fight was about to start, you know. But yeah, eventually, as time continues on, we have to it that things were starting to look okay, you know. Joe and Kiyoshi become good friends here and there as brothers again, you know. But Kiyoshi also warns Joe about about something he saw about Shingo and Vice President, though he couldn't really clear it up correctly. And I'm thinking on my mind, yo, that is not the case. It's actually him with that Vice President, and we have to it that Shingo is given a uniform that he could take a break for 2 hours or something, walk around. And I'm thinking on my mind, yeah, good job, boy. Enjoy your freaking time here and there, butthole. Not to mention, next episode, don't know what's gonna happen, but things are starting to look pretty. It looks like next episode might be a little bit more intense. Who knows? So overall, don't know what's gonna happen next, but Shingo might be the freaking spy and traitor of the group now, and so forth. So if anything else, let's go. Yeah. So overall, episode came out pretty cool. Just to stick up the butt was pretty explicit here and there, but at least it didn't censor out that scene, which is to my shock and surprisement, you know. And we have to it that Hana still wants her revenge, and I'm thinking in my mind, can you stop, girl? It ain't gonna do any good, and so forth, you know. And what I also try to dive into is I forgot to dive into where Hana and Kiyoshi had to hide under the bed when Chio was looking at the nurse's office. Forgot to mention that. Forgive me on that. So yeah. Overall, episode came out pretty cool. And pretty angering at the same time because Shingo's ratting out on his buddies right there, dude. Well, not really buddies anymore, but betraying them if anything else. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, people. I'll see you guys in my next video. So until then, I'm off. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Right?